Hey ladies and gentlemen, Ashley here. I am so excited for this sweet as honey paper. It is simply adorable. I love the hexagons, the beads, and just that Sundance color with those blacks. It is just to die for. So this series of videos shows you all these different embossing techniques using distressed oxide, making cards and one two-page layout. So there are 6 cards total. Make sure to like, subscribe, and craft on with me, ladies and gentlemen. So in this video, we're going to have 2 more cards that we're going to make with heat embossing. So we're going to start with stamping in VersaMark ink. So we're going to bring in our large stamp. And this is from the Sweet as Honey Cardmaking Stamp and Thin Cut. So I'm going to apply that to the whole thing. I'm going to use my VersaMatte underneath on the foam side. That way I have something cushiony to help my stamped image come out nicely. So this is just the clear embossing powder. So since I'm doing it on white, it will show up white. I'm going to hit it with my heat gun until it melts and it turns shiny. A little bit hard to show up on camera. Then I'm going to bring out my spiced marmalade. I'm going to slide in a piece of paper just so I don't get my mat all, not my mat, the other side of my card, since I already folded it. It was overlapping a little bit. Now, when you're doing your ink, if you press down harder, you're going to get kind of a deeper thing. If you press down lighter, so you don't get as much. So I kind of do heavier down below, and as I'm trying to transition up to that lighter at the top, I use circular motions that are nice and light to blend. Use some liquid glue at the top and the bottom of my card to apply my black, and that is our first card. Second card is one of my favorites. Oh, love the way this one looks. So elegant. So again, I'm starting with my VersaMark ink. I'm stamping on my piece of white daisy, but this time I'm going to emboss in, also embossing the little bracket, but I'm using the Princess Gold for this. So I want to tap off any excess, and then I'm going to hit it with my heat gun. I like to use tweezers for smaller things when I'm heat embossing. That way I don't burn my hand or scorch a mat, things like that. So I'm going to take my spiced marmalade and I'm going to press it down onto my mat and spritz it with some water and use my water brush to color it in. If you do not have an all-purpose mat, you can also bust out a piece of wax paper to use this technique. So what I have there is just some ink for coloring. Now, something about this is, since it's with water, it kind of works like watercolor. If I have a larger amount in that area, when it dries, I'm going to get a more intense color. So it's nice because you get a little bit of color variance on the card. So I'm going to finish painting this up, and then I'm going to do some splatters. So again, I just gather a bunch up on the tip of my water brush, hit it against the side of my finger, get some fun splatters happening. Okay, I'm going to stamp my sentiment using intense black ink, clean that off with my stamp chamois, which I love. Now, since this was just a little bit wet still, I put my tape runner on the card base, not that white flower piece. Here you can see me struggling a bit. I didn't get it quite right. I had to fix it a bit, but works out. No one can see it. I'm going to apply that just a little bit off to the right side, pop up my sentiment with some 3D foam tape, and then we just have a couple more things. We have some little bees to add, and we have these cork heart shapes, which are fun, really easy. I liked placing them with tweezers, makes it a little bit easier. So in the distressed oxide, the spiced marmalade, we add those bees and attach it to your card, and you are done. Let me know what you think in the comments.